Welcome to the Community Difference Plano, powered by the Difference Media LLC.
And hosted by Nathan Smith with the Enfuego Group. And also sponsored by Jacqueline Kreider with PBJ Mortgage, Audra Hooper with Alloy Personal Training at the Glen Eagles in Plano and Castle Hills locations, Diane Cassel with Cassel to Cassel, Traci Duff with Assisted Living Locators, Megan Schaffer with the Hive of the Happily Insured, and by Jeannie Smith with Guardian Mortgage, a division of Sunflower Bank, N.A. The Community Difference Plano was created to serve as a platform for local leaders and business professionals to showcase their expertise, values, and commitment to their community. Overall, the podcast aims to create a stronger sense of community in North Texas by highlighting the often overlooked or unnoticed good work being done by local leaders, businesses, and professionals. So sit back and relax as our host, co-host, and their guests share inspirational stories, experiences, thoughts, and insights about being a professional, along with the opportunities for our businesses to serve our communities in very special ways. Because the Community Difference Plano starts now.
Good morning, Plano. It is 11:32 on a fantastic, beautiful Wednesday morning. Welcome to the Community Difference Plano, a podcast firmly rooted at the intersection of business development and community involvement. I am your host, Nathan Smith, with the Enfuego Group, where we specialize in guiding your personal finances and help you to properly protect your income. We're not just about financial freedom. We're passionate about empowering aspiring entrepreneurs to break free from the corporate world. I invite you to join us in our mission to live life on fire and fight for freedom as we do that together. Let's jump right in today. It's our second week. We've got a stellar show lined up. We'll continue our topic for November, behavioral branding, building brands through action and culture. We'll dive into that during our second segment. It's actually probably one of my favorite topics because it really impacts everything you do, right? Both the relationships that you build with your customers, your strategic partners, our consistent behaviors, whether it be, our problem solving, our accountability, all these things build long-term trust. And so this month's theme really emphasizes that. And I can't wait to get into it with our co-host and guest today. So in order to do that, let's bring in our co-host. She is a dynamic business leader with extensive experience in community relations and networking. Known for her commitment fostering connections, she has a talent for helping people build valuable partnerships. She's passionate about community involvement and enjoys supporting local initiatives to make a positive impact. Please welcome Diane Cassel.
Hey, what's up, Plano?
What's up, Diane? How are you doing?
Fabulous.
Well, it's good. It's good to have you. Good to see you as always. What are you most excited about that's going on in your world?
I'm most excited about how we've become involved and connected through a relationship with the Plano Police Department and what they do in our community to help every citizen that lives here. So that to me is something that everybody needs to know about.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Sergeant Babb, I know we're going to get to meet a few other ones on this. What is it? The first Wednesday in December. They've got some big events coming up, and you're going to actually share an event that you went to last night in our next segment. So that'll be very exciting. Let's bring in your partner in crime. You guys act like you've been friends for like 30 years, but it's only like 3 or 4. So that's pretty crazy. A seasoned professional with a strong background in business development and relationship management. Traci's dedicated to her clients' collaborative approach, have made a trusted advisor and asset in their community. Please welcome, with Assisted Living Locator, Traci Duff.
Good morning.
All right, I forgot how to read it. Just like it's in the middle of that. That was it's like,
Yeah.
What are the words going on? My head looks big. Isn't that like crazy? Why is my head way bigger than y'all's?
More brains.
Don't answer that question. Because it is bigger. It is a bigger head. That's okay. There we go. Now I feel better. I was getting a little self-conscious there for a second. Traci, what are you most excited about that's going on in our city?
Yeah, actually, I love this time of year. Fall is my favorite time of year, and approaching Thanksgiving is huge for me. I love this part. So We as a family do a lot of volunteering and different things this time of year to give back and be grateful. And so you'll hear more about it in the What's Up Plano segment, but we're going to be out helping Minnie's food pantry this Saturday.
Okay, yeah, I definitely want to hear more. That's a staple in the community, so definitely want to hear more about that. Let's bring in our first guest, Benjamin Gerald with Audible Financial Group, the principal and co-founder of Audible Financial Group, bringing nearly 15 years of experience in financial services, specializing in life insurance and investment planning. His unique engineering-based approach helps identify tailored solutions for clients. He's active in the McKinney, Texas community, where he lives with his wife and 4 children. Benjamin, good morning to you, sir.
Good morning. Thank
How are you?
for having me. Doing great, Nathan. I appreciate the invite.
Good to see you again. It's been a little while. We talked about that in the pre-show. Shout out to Harvey. Harvey's with our Wiley group. So excited that you're watching the show there, Harvey. Appreciate it. Benjamin, what are you most excited about coming up in the community? I know you're in the McKinney community, which is a sister of Plano. What's going on up there that you're looking forward to?
Yeah, well, it's exciting. I mean, I think if you look at the relationships that a lot of businesses have across both communities, both Plano and McKinney, this time of year is always fun because of the seasonal elements. And if you're at all involved in the soccer community like I am, you end up spending most of your weekends for tournaments. So I know I've got in December a couple of tournaments that I'll be there at Russell Creek and John C. Carpenter Park, spending my day. So,
well, the weather is certainly cooperating. It's been beautiful the last couple of days, so that's blessed to get outside and actually feel some real fall weather, which is wonderful.
Absolutely.
And last but certainly not least, let's bring in Cyndi Durrance with a place at home in North Texas. Over 25 years as a respiratory therapist, Cyndi now focuses on elder care driven by her passion for helping those with memory impairments. As the sales and marketing manager at a place at home in North Texas, she is dedicated to enhancing client experiences. Cyndi also serves on the board of Collin County Veteran Coalition and actively supports local charitable events. Let's welcome to the show, Cyndi.
Hi, how y'all doing? Thank you for having me.
So glad you're here. It's good to see you again. We've got a chance to kind of get to know you at a couple of in-person events over the last couple of weeks. It's glad to have you on the show for the first time. What are you excited about that's coming up in the Plano community in the next couple of weeks?
It's not in the next couple of weeks, but I'm excited about the North Texas Food Bank. We contribute a lot of our time and our efforts to their success. And they have a murder mystery coming up to benefit the North Texas Food Bank on December 20th at Heritage Ranch Golf Club.
Oh, that's exciting. Okay.
And I'm excited about that because the rehearsals and everything are going on now. So it makes it exciting.
Well, we need to, maybe we can coordinate after the show. Get somebody on from the food bank to talk about that as we get a little bit closer, because that sounds like a really exciting event. So, well, guys, I can't wait for the show. We're going to go to commercial break here. We've got a line of events and people that we want to share with you, bringing the news of the day to our listeners, both our citizens and business owners. So stick around, enjoy our sponsors, and we'll be right back.
The Community Difference Plano was made possible by Nathan Smith with the Enfuego Group, Diane Cassel with Cassel to Cassel, connecting charities to fundraising solutions, Traci Duff with Assisted Living Locators, Jacqueline Kreider with PBJ Mortgage, Megan Schoffer with the Hive of the Happily Insured, Jeannie Smith with Guardian Mortgage, a division of Sunflower Bank, N.A., and by Audra Hooper with Alloy Personal Training at the Glen Eagles Plano and Castle Hills locations. The Community Difference Plano. Together, we can make the difference. And now, back to the show.
Are you ready?
Because it's time for
What's Up Plano?
What's Up Plano, brought to you by Love and War in Texas. Get ready to experience the true heart of Texas at Love and War in Texas in Plano, Texas. That's a mouthful. Savor authentic Texas cuisine, from barbecue and wild game to Gulf seafood, all while enjoying live music from some of the best Texas artists. So whether you're craving a taste of the Lone Star State or looking for a fun night out, this spot has it all. Visit Love and War in Texas and discover why It's the perfect blend of Texas flavor and spirit. We will be out at Love and War in Texas on the 21st for our Business Development Alliance and Happy Hour. If we want to pop that up on the screen here, we invite everyone to come out. It will be our last one of the year. So we want to make sure you come out. It's a week from tomorrow, the 21st. Come out, go through some phenomenal business development training for an hour, and then hang out with Happy Hour to follow. So we want to invite you out there. You can go to the Business Development Facebook page, and you can actually see the invite there, or just comment on the difference page, and we will make sure that you get all of the information. But I pretty much gave you all the information. That was it right there. Come at 4 o'clock, 11 Warren, Texas, next Thursday. Couple of things. Neath the Wreath is a really cool event that's happening in Plano here over the next couple of weeks. It's the largest fundraiser for the Junior League of Collin County. It's a holiday gift market that raised over $4.7 million over the last 29 years to give back to the local community by funding educational community projects and programs that benefit families throughout Collin County. It's a 4-day holiday gift market. 10,000 shoppers will come through. It's the Plano Event Center. 125 merchants. Lennon, if you can throw that up there for me. There we go. It's going to be this is the initial one. There'll be another one coming up at the end of December. Sorry, I need to get that one updated for you. But make sure that you go out to that. I believe it's the first weekend in December, and make sure that we're talking about, if you trying to get that early Christmas shopping in. Now it's I don't know if it's early anymore. Maybe it's time. When does early start, Diane? I don't know. Is it now? I guess. I don't know.
It's now.
Anyways, make sure that you attend that. We'll have the updated dates there for you. Also, we've got a lot of things. I know, Tracy, you had mentioned Minnie's Food Pantry. Before you do that, you're going to share an event, but then I want you to finish with that Minnie's information because that's very exciting.
Yeah, most definitely. So North Texas Performing Arts is bringing back their Scrooge the Musical. This is, we've been multiple times, and there are 2 showings at the Courtyard Theater downtown Plano and Willowbend Center. We always happen to hit Willowbend because it's right around the corner. But it's very interactive. They start out while everybody's coming in, everybody's singing Christmas carols, and there's string popcorn. It's great for the kids. It's your typical Scrooge, but it's in a musical form. And yeah, tickets are only $18. So at Willowbend, you can be VIP and be in the orchestra pit for $28. But I encourage everybody to go. It's really, really fun, and it'll get you in that Christmas spirit, whether you like it or not.
So if you're a Scrooge, you should definitely go. That's what you're saying?
Exactly.
To get in the Christmas. Okay.
Yep. Might be a reflection, but
I think she's talking to somebody on the screen here.
Oh, no, I would never. No.
Are you
here?
Are you talking? Who? Do you, Diane?
I'm talking about myself. Yeah.
You're a Scrooge?
Not so much a Scrooge, but I love Thanksgiving. I love Thanksgiving because it's slower paced and it's not about all the commercial stuff. And
she just doesn't want to decorate.
No, I love decorating, but I would much rather just sit around and be grateful and be around the people that I love.
Well, that's fair. Have y'all been to a performance at Willowbend before?
No, I've been to many. It's right around the corner from my house.
Okay. Is it? It's its own little theater inside
it's in the mall. Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know that. Wow.
Or second floor off of the garage in the back.
Well, that's great. That's exciting.
It's great. It's so easy. It's awesome. Yeah.
Well, what's going on with Minis? Talk to us about.
So Minis, they have their annual Thanksgiving giveaway. This year, their goal is to give away 15,000 full meals. That's turkey, trimmings, dessert, everything. Dr. Minnie Hawthorne Ewing was the namesake. Her daughter runs Minnie's Food Pantry, on obviously honoring her mom. Her mom They grew up very needy family, but always offered meals. Feed a lot, feed just one was her mom's. I don't know her namesake in that kind of way, and so her daughter has kept this Minnie's Food Pantry going with that same kind of giving back. They do a lot of the giving back to children through PISD for the low-income kids, providing meals for them in the mornings to get their day at school started off right. So what the event this weekend, Saturday, and yes, Tyler and I'll be out there. We are helping them unload trucks, visiting with clients. What else are we going to be doing? We're going to be starting to pack up some of the meals if they're in cold packs or hot packs or whatever we need to do. So they're asking that you can be able to pick up at least 40 pounds because we will be transferring boxes and moving here and there and that kind of thing.
Lift with your legs. That's important.
Yeah. And the weather's going to be great. And it's always, everybody's happy. We have a great time out there. So I think we have a link. If not, I can post it.
Just post it. Not that one. Just post it in the comments there, and it'll we can send it out afterwards.
And most definitely.
Can kids come and help? Is there an age range?
Yeah, Tyler is not a kid, but he acts like one. And but he can lift the 40 pounds. But by all means, the kids can help, and we get them involved. Because it turns into an assembly line in some of the areas where we're just passing things and putting in boxes. Then the boxes get moved or loaded to the truck. And it's 7:45 to 12 noon on Saturday. I will post the link in there. They ask you to sign up. And there is it's a small form, just your basics for their volunteers, for their volunteer assignment. So yeah, it's really a great event. It's a lot of fun.
If you guys have never had a chance to volunteer at Minnie's, I've done that before, and I don't remember what group it was, with it church or whatnot, but they have a great, very smooth operation. But it's just a really good way to give back. And it's just, if you're looking for something volunteer worthy or to teach your kids, how to serve other people, certainly good things. That's this Saturday. What are the times again?
7:45 to 12 noon. And keep in mind, they get no government assistance. It's all through donations. And so on their website, they will always list what kind of items, whether it's cereal, kids snacks, those kind of dry, the dry food things that they're looking for in bulk or whatever you can do. So there's many ways you can help Minnie's volunteer. Right now, we're looking after that Thanksgiving giveaway to feed 15,000 families in Plano. So
excellent. Well, Diane, I know you had a busy night last night. Share with us. You went to a really cool. You were talking about all the police involvement with our show and with the community. And you went to an event last night around safety for the holidays. So I can't wait to hear about that.
Yeah, I just want everybody to understand what the Plano Police Department really is. They're much more than what we think they are. And so that's our goal here at the Community Difference, is to partner with the Plano Police Department to help unify our community and be the 411 resource for the residents of Plano. And so this holiday class was very interesting. The main message I thought was really cool is to remove the opportunity. I'm going to say that again because it's kind of a play on words. So remove the opportunity for criminals to do something that you don't
commit crimes.
Right. So remove the opportunity. So I'm just going to go over a couple of very top highlights to not take a whole lot of time, but to avoid pickpockets and purse snatching. Ladies, keep your purse on your person, not in the shopping cart. When you're pumping gas, ladies, where's the place that you put your purse? In the passenger seat. Do not do that, because there are people that will drive by, open up your door, and take your purse and be gone. So be aware of that.
Jeez.
Travel tips. Interesting. I didn't know this, but where does everybody keep their car insurance card information? Typically in the glove box, right?
Yeah.
He's saying, so if somebody breaks into your car, then they have that information. They have where you live. And the thing that made more sense to me when he said it was, they're going to ask, if an officer pulls you over, they're going to ask for your ID, and they're going to ask for your insurance. So his recommendation is to put your insurance card in your wallet where your ID is. I kind of like that. Travel tips: drive defensively, avoid distractions, and plan for delays. Don't be in a hurry to kill yourself or get hurt, is what my message is. Every single day since the year of 2000 in the state of Texas, one person has died every single day. So please don't be in a hurry to be that next person. Parking lots. We all know that park in a well-lit area. Secure your items in the trunk of your car. When you're walking to your car, walk with purpose. Do not have your head in the clouds or the sand, ladies, or in your purse. And always remove your valuables. Home security, they talked a lot about home security. Package thefts being the biggest one. So if you know that you're getting a package, make sure that you're going to be home when it's going to be delivered, or have it delivered to your neighbor's house. Or you can even use a FedEx office or a UPS office for those deliveries. Garage door. Everyone, please hear what I'm saying here. 50% of burglaries happen through an open garage door. Please do not leave your garage door open. We sometimes do because we live on a creek, so we don't have alley access. But I'm just going to tell you, keep it locked. At least keep the indoor locked, so the door into your home. So if you want to leave your garage door open, I'm going to tell you though, you might open that door one day to a big surprise, and you don't want those kind of surprises. Food deliveries. Even if you haven't gotten or ordered Uber Eats or whatever that is, and there are a lot of criminals disguising themselves as a food delivery person, and they just knock on your door, or they might knock on your neighbor's door, and you know that your neighbors are gone for the holiday. Please do not go out and say anything to them. Please do not try to be
hero.
Don't try to be the police, because you're not the police. If you see somebody knocking on a neighbor's door and you know that they're gone, call 911. That is something that they addressed last night. There's no burden of proof on you. So if the police come out and there's nobody there and there's no big deal, there's no burden of proof on you. Well,
and we have a list of all these too, Diane. If we throw that up, Lyndon, we'll throw this up we'll post this for everybody on the website.
There's a retired police officer. I'm just going to share this, and they'll talk about this on December 4th, but there's a retired police officer. His name is Mark Dawson. When he retired, he made himself available to help people lock up their homes. So he'll come out and he'll install strike plates, door defenders, night locks, peepholes, all of that stuff. I'm going to leave you with 3 big safety tips, rules. Rule number 1, keep your doors and windows locked. Rule number 2, ladies, never open your front door to an unknown person. Rule number 3, immediately call 911 if you suspect any suspicious activity. But there'll be an officer on December 4th, right after Thanksgiving, right leading into the hustle and bustle of December, and they'll have a lot more detailed information for you.
Perfect. Well, Diane, thank you. That was very good work. We'll have that was a lot of information, so hopefully you took notes, but we'll have it up there for you guys at the on the Difference Facebook page and on the Plano Community Difference page as well. As we wrap up here, I want to bring in Luke Brunette with Crunch Fitness, new East Plano segment. Our gym that's opening up here. Luke, good morning.
Good morning. Thank you guys for having us.
It's good to have you. So I want to introduce who you're with there. Maybe y'all can squeeze into the same frame there. I'm not sure.
Yeah, this is Julian. He's our vice president of sales for CR Fitness.
Awesome.
Hey guys.
Well, it's good to have you guys back on. We know you are about to launch the official grand opening early December is what we're looking at, hopefully. But you guys got a big event this weekend. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, so this Saturday is our one-day cyber sale. So it's on the 16th. The sale goes live at 12:01 a.m. So it's for the first 500 people that join. But for the first 500 people, it's going to be just $1 to join. You'll get your first 30 days for free after the club opens up. And you'll have 2 different membership options that you can choose from to save $60 every year, which is pretty cool.
That's awesome. What's going to be at the event? We talked about that in the pre-show. Talk about kind of what they can expect if they come out to the event on Saturday.
Yeah, so if you guys come out, we are having a huge block party from 11 to 2. We'll have a lot of our vendors here. We'll be giving away a lot of free stuff. We'll have some free food. You guys can come in, check out the club here. It looks absolutely amazing. They've done a great job, but it looks even better in person. So please come out and see us on Saturday.
Well, and we're going to come out because I want to see it since I saw it last. It was they were just putting the floors in when I was out there before. Talk about, because it's a pretty big gym. What's the total square footage there?
So it's 43,000 square feet. So it's a pretty big facility, but we have a ton of different variety for free weight equipment, cardio equipment. We have a lot of awesome, cool group fitness class studios in here as well. You want to tell them about it?
Yeah. And, one of the great things about Crunch is whether you like to kind of do your own thing with workouts, we have tons of equipment, wide variety of machines and cardio and different kind of free weight stuff. But then with our group fitness classes, that's what Crunch Fitness was founded on, was group fitness. So we actually have 4 different studios within the gym. So we have our cycling studio. We actually have our hot yoga studio. So those classes are incredibly popular. We have our traditional group fitness studio where we'll do anywhere from 60 to 70 classes a week. Everything from strength and conditioning, cardio, weight loss, dance classes, mind-body classes like yoga and Pilates. And then we also have our Hit Zone studio. So a little bit more of like interval training designed to help burn fat, build lean muscle. And all of those classes are included in our Peak Results membership. And by being one of the first 500, you get access to all those different classes. But that's really, that's what we're known for, the group fitness classes. And the best thing is we have stuff for all levels, whether you're just getting in, to fitness and it's new to you. We've got beginner classes, we've got intermediate, and then we have more advanced. So we have really something for everybody.
Well, that's awesome. We really need. Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to ask, how hot is your hot yoga? I mean, temperature wise.
Yeah, we have 3 different
kind of a personal question, Tracy.
And the temperature goes up in each one, but it starts at 95 degrees.
Okay.
And it goes all the way up to 104, I believe.
Yeah, we ain't going there, but okay.
Can you handle the heat, Tracy?
I tried the 104 once, and it was like a slip and slide. I couldn't even stay on my hands and feet.
Right.
Well, guys, thank you so much. We'll be out there on Saturday for sure. Running to both of you guys. We'll chat then. But thank you so much. When we come back, we're going to hit our commercial break. When we come back, we'll dive into our topic, behavioral branding. Can't wait to talk with Tracy, Benjamin, Diane, and Cyndi. Luke, guys, thank you so much. We'll see y'all later, and we'll be right back after this break.
Bye, guys.
Thank you, guys.
At the Community Difference Business Development Alliance, powered by the Difference Media, LLC, our mission is to empower small business owners by transcending acceptable behaviors and outcomes into exceptional realms. We foster a culture of self-awareness, accountability, and proactive engagement, guiding individuals to recognize and overcome indifference towards transformative actions, habits, behaviors, and processes driving meaningful change. Through strategic networking, impactful content creation, and innovative top-of-mind strategies, we cultivate brand relevance and differentiation, enabling our partners and the Difference community to stand out in crowded markets. With a focus on building authentic connections, amplifying brand presence, and driving sustainable growth, we equip entrepreneurs with the tools and mindset to navigate the complexities of entrepreneurship with confidence, innovation, and resilience. Together, we aim to be the catalyst for difference makers, propelling them towards their highest potential and leaving a lasting impact on their businesses and communities. That's where our community podcasts come in. These podcasts lie directly at the intersection of innovative business development and community involvement, helping to bridge the gap between small business obscurity often seen in our communities. The community-based podcasts called the Community Difference Series are an integral part of integrating all facets of modern business development into a package of great content, positive impact branding, and top-of-mind presence, thus fulfilling the greater mission we set forth. When we set out to be difference makers, we can learn to make a difference and find the success and impact innately desired by all business owners and entrepreneurs. We are difference makers.
Welcome back. We are going to jump right in to our topic, behavioral branding, building brands through actions and culture. I'm really excited for our talk today. And I want to start off just opening up to everybody, to our guests, specifically Benjamin and Cyndi. When you hear the term behavioral branding, what comes to mind? What do you think about when you hear that terminology? And I will call on somebody.
No, that's okay. You know what I think about behavioral branding? I think about your attitude, your professionalism, and your delivery on how much you care.
Okay. What about you, Benjamin?
I would say behavioral branding really resonates with the approach that you take when you're trying to connect with your clients or with prospects. And it's the ethos, it's the morals, it's the main components of what you believe in, and being able to not just say it, but demonstrate it.
Tracy, what about you?
Yeah, I will piggyback on that, and it's about our values. It's and carrying it forward and actually walking the walk and not just talking the talk consistently, not just to get the sale, not just to get in the door, but showing that through our actions and consistent work with that client or family.
And
following.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that it's just your best practices. I'll piggyback on core values and all of that, but what are your best practices? What do people know you? How do they know you? Do they look at you as, can they trust you? Are you credible? Again, those are just core values, but it's really about your history with the people that know you.
Yeah, and I think what we've touched on is kind of the overarching how people see you. What impression, what trust or lack of trust does someone have with you based on how you have behaved, how you've acted in the course of that relationship. And so from last week's show to today, and then one more next week, we won't have a show on the Thanksgiving week. We want to be talking about kind of 8 different principles that dive deeper into the concept, starting with strategic networking and relationship management, talking about exemplary follow-through, unwavering punctuality, proactive problem solving, consistent value add, intentional goal setting, and commitment to lifelong learning, as well as accountability and ownership. And so when you heard those things, most of okay, yeah, that makes sense. But it's really important that we, because you could be good in one area and maybe not so much in another, but all of those areas are vital to building the expectation that we want our strategic partners, our friends, our clients, our customers to see and to think when they think, Diane Cassel, okay, or they think Benjamin or whatever. And so let's start with the first one, strategic networking and relationship management. The thought there, a lot of people spend time networking in a transactional matter. We've spent a ton of time talking about how that's devastating, because immediately you become you brand yourself as someone that's, what can you do for me, right? And obviously we want to be talking deeper about strategic long-term relationships, where you're working towards growth for both the people involved, right? That's going to build a certain trust, and the goal of networking should be mutual success. Okay. So with that in mind, and really, let me just say this, it's about creating lasting relationships, right? Value-driven relationship. When people see Diane, they want to see her as not just someone that helps with fundraising for nonprofits, but someone that's a connector of all different types of people. She is the source for anything that you need. You need to know something about somebody. You need a connection. They want to see her as that, and she's really become that in a lot of ways. So that's a great job, Diane. Let me ask you guys this: how do you determine which relationships are worth investing in, right? Because you do want to make sure that you're putting your time in a way that's going to be fruitful. But how do you guys determine, is this a relationship that's going to help build my personal brand, my behavioral brand, that I'm going to be able to help them grow, right? There's a mutual beneficial side to that. How do you guys determine that?
Nathan, if you don't mind, I'll jump in on that.
Please.
One of the things that I think, it was interesting. At one point, I was asked by someone I was meeting with from a networking group, and she asked me the question. She goes, "So what makes a good referral?" I mean, that's sometimes one of those core elements when you're networking with other people is you kind of share what makes an ideal client or an ideal person to refer to. And to answer your question, building those lasting relationships and differentiating is really getting to know the person. One of the responses I gave to her was, the client profile isn't as important as the person themselves. And the person is the reason why Diane and I have known each other as long as we have and flourished is because I love the person that Diane is. And hopefully she loves the person that's over on this side as well. But when you get to know the individual for who they are and you get to see the world from their eyes, that's when it becomes very easy to make those lasting relationships. A lot of my referrals don't end up being the transactional type. Like someone said, "Hey, I'm looking for a family attorney. Who should I go?" Well, there are tons of family attorneys out there.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you find the person that matches, that says, you really should meet this person because they're a great person to know, and also feel confident in making a referral? Because whether business transacts or not, you've built another lasting relationship between two people.
Yeah, I'm going to piggyback on that again, Benjamin. I'm just riding your back all day today, right? But I've learned this with trial and error. We're starting out in the senior industry and everything, and who I would partner with. And it all goes down to, do their values match mine? Do I like the person? Are they trustworthy? All of the things that I try to pride myself on, do they also pride themselves in those same kind of core values and everything? And it's funny, as I look back of where I started with the networking and who I thought were going to be my best partners, totally isn't that way. One of my best referral partners I would never have thought of, but she's a Mary Kay consultant. I would never have gone out and said, I need to find a Mary Kay consultant to be one of my best referral partners. Mm-hmm. But this woman is amazing, and she is all about serving her clients and giving good value, people like me or other partners she partners with, and she has become a very, very good friend of mine, and way past.
Who is she? We all want to know her now.
I know. Well, I'm trying to have her on next month. So yeah, she's amazing. Michelle Hendrickson. I'll shout her out.
I was gonna say, I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. She is. She's a mess in it, but a good mess. I want to jump in and talk about mutual respect. Benjamin hit on that. Where your core values line up. And you're not intended, God doesn't intend you to have a close relationship with everyone you meet. It's okay. It's okay that you don't. Discernment is a big thing. And I've talked to Nathan about this and Tracy and Benjamin many, many times that's kind of where I fall short, that I trust very easy and very fast. And I like to think about everyone having the best qualities and the best intentions. But unfortunately, it's not always like that. So for me, it's mutual respect, that both parties on both sides of the fence value each other's opinions, and, what are your feelings? What are your boundaries? All that stuff. And the other thing, I really wrote down some things, the time and the effort. The time and the effort. Think about the other person. Are they putting as much time and effort into the relationship as you are? And my favorite saying is, when people show you who they are, believe them, whether it's good or bad. The other thing is, do they make you feel good? Do they lift you up? Do they, I don't mean, do they tell you what you want to hear? I mean, do they really care about you and tell you what you need to hear? I think it's just, are you energized when you walk away from a conversation? Are you just totally wore out? Those are just some of the things I look at when it comes to building a relationship.
Well, you mentioned, trust, and a big part of trust is dependability. And I think follow through is probably each of ours one of the biggest keys in a partnership, because that really speaks to your commitment in something, right? And so I think that's probably one of the areas that most business owners struggle in, or could at least do better. And maybe we're really good at following through with our customers, our clients, but not so much with our strategic partners, our friends, or people that are, even the people that work are with us. And so I think that's a huge area that could be a blind spot quite often. I know that's something that I always want to get better at. And it comes with organization, quite honestly. But dependability is a word that we've thrown around about 3 or 4 times already. And between that and punctuality, those are the two, I think, that will immediately brand you positively or negatively, because they have to do with an actual time frame, right? And so, Cyndi, let me ask you this. In your line of work, follow through is obviously very important. How do you ensure that you are always keeping track of your commitments and making sure that you brand yourself as someone that can be dependable, that you're following through when you say you're going to?
Well, when you come into this business and you're on your own and do not know anyone, you want to leave that impression that you're always going to follow through. And I'll just be honest, I have made connections with people in the networking groups. I know this conversation's gone from in deep, and sometimes you have to do that quickly to find out what someone is about. And I think that the people that I've connected with have the same values I do. And one of the ways that I think that they want my company, they want my business, and they're always reminding me, hey, we have play practice at 5:00, group text. And then, we have created a camaraderie. And I think it's digging into those deep relationships and having that support system. And I'm naturally 15, 20 minutes early. I'm naturally staying over to make sure I've talked to everyone. So I think that just branding yourself as reliable and making sure that you get the job in that organization.
Cyndi, that's great. That just reminds me of the first thing that you said is you're 15 or 20 minutes early. My dad always told me that if you're on time, you're late. And so I always remembered that. And the biggest thing too is do what you say you're going to do. Mm-hmm. And say what you mean and mean what you say.
Is it okay to say amen right now?
Unfortunately,
please do.
We don't have a lot of that going on in the world today, but that's where we at the Community Difference make the difference, because we share these things. it's like Lyndon always says, did you deliver? I mean, at the end of the day, just ask yourself, did you deliver what you promised you were going to deliver? Did you make exceptional stuff happen?
Diane, I want to jump in on that because, when you're building a behavioral brand, right, the thing that we miss out on sometimes is that if you and I are having a partnership, there are people watching us, right? They're observing us. It's kind of like Christianity, right? Sometimes you'll lead more people to Christianity that are watching you never met just by how you respond and you react, right? It's your behavior that attracts people or repels them. So if you and I are consistently in our partnerships delivering, if we're making things happen, if we're setting goals and we're having a strategy to reach objectives, and we are more consistent in being successful in that than we are unsuccessful, what's going to happen? Everybody's going to want to partner with you because you have the magic pill. And that magic pill is accomplishment, right? When you look at traditional networking groups and you look at all the people that come together and they spend time together and they go to lunches and they go to one-on-ones and they have coffee and they talk about business and they talk about ideas, but nothing ever happens. And then they wonder why they're not attracting more partners, higher level partners, because people that are making it happen are not going to be attracted to those that aren't. That's where behavioral branding has its biggest impact. If they look around and see you growing, advancing, and improving, everybody wants a piece of that pie.
Exactly. Can I jump in?
Yeah, please.
Well, when you were talking about that, I just wanted to say I'm a sales and marketing manager, and a lot of times I have to hand off to someone else, which is a trust thing. You have to trust. And I think what really helps us brand who we are is my owner does all the assessments. She does the care plans. She does the introductions along with our field supervisor, and over the plan, the care plan with the family, with the client, with the caregiver, and everything is thorough. Everybody understands what is expected. I think that is key. You have to understand what is expected.
Well, that goes through, when you're punctual, right? You're setting the expectation that your time is valuable, that their time is valuable. When you talk about follow through, and I think this could be applied to all these different areas that we've been discussing, but I think a lot of people miss the compounding of these really small things that in and of themselves aren't, don't seem that big a deal. They're certainly not hard to do, but they can either erode trust pretty quickly or they can build up trust pretty quickly. And so I think that's a really important thing here. I think we've got about 1 minute left. It looks like before.
Nathan, let me jump on what you just said too.
Go ahead.
I think that's so important that we realize that, everything matters. Every little detail matters because as you express, it does compound. And when you are someone that focuses on all the little details, that is the pathway to exceptionalism. And people recognize that. We can't be exceptional if we pick and choose what we want to be good at.
I think that Benjamin is really good at punctuality. I don't know if he would agree with me on that, but he's always there early and he's always prepared. And so I've got a question for Benjamin. How do you manage your time? How do you manage your time effectively to be punctual?
No, I appreciate the question, Diane. I think one of the challenges, and there are two words that keep resonating as I was hearing great feedback from everyone on the show. Intentionality. It's not a matter of just doing what you say you're going to do, but do it with a purpose or a reason. Well, the only way you have a purpose or reason is if you've possibly thought about it beforehand and you know why you're doing it. And then the other one is accountability. Time management is easier done when you have a purpose of why you're doing it and you prepare beforehand. I think that delivers results. And I'm a coach of 3 soccer teams. The one of the things that just drives me crazy is when I'm trying to get my own kids who are on the teams into the car so we can get to practice. Because as a coach, I can't show up when practice starts at 6:30. If I show up when practice starts and then I'm setting up and then the players, it sets the wrong mindset for everybody. If I get there 15 to 30 minutes beforehand and I prepare the field, prepare the training sessions that we're going to do, then when they come and they're ready to go, I'm the most effective. It's the most effective use of our time. So I think it really comes from that mindset of being intentional. Why are you doing what you do? If I'm going to have lunch with you, Diane, why am I having lunch with you? What's the purpose of this? And then also, how do I make sure both before and after that we achieve what we say we're going to do, which is get to know each other better? One of the things I love to do after a lunch, and I'd encourage a lot of folks to do this, is that there was something specific that was brought up when you meet someone that resonated with you. Find within the next week one way to do an intentional follow-up. So Diane, if I found out, for example, that you were passionate about plays and Thanksgiving was your favorite time, as you mentioned. Well, over the next week, I'm putting on my sensor. Let me find something related to Thanksgiving. And then I can send you an email, send you a note going, hey, I just want to think about you. I just saw this and thought of you. Figured you'd love it. Those types of empathetic, intentional gestures really do drive developing and strengthening that relationship.
I love it.
Man, that couldn't be more true. I wish we could go a little bit longer on that, Benjamin. That was fantastic. So I challenge everybody. We're going to go to break here. When we come back, we're going to dive in a little deeper with Cyndi and Benjamin, their personal journey and their connection to the community as they are building their businesses. I want to challenge each of you to, as we're kind of the things that we were talking about, our guests and even the listeners. What are some areas of the things that we discussed as a business owner that you feel like, I want to get better at that? Or maybe you've noticed that your behavioral brand is slipping because of some things that aren't consistent. So I want to challenge everybody to constantly be, that's part of behavioral branding, is always being assessing where you're at and improving and growing. And so that's a huge step to always be doing that in your own life and business. Let's go to break. When we come back, we'll jump in again with Benjamin and Cyndi. Stick around. We'll be right back.
And now a word from a few of our amazing sponsors that make the Difference Radio, live stream, and podcast network possible. At Fireboss Realty, we believe life is about relationships, and everything else is just details. Whether you're buying or selling, Scott and Amy Johnson are here to understand your family's unique needs and deliver expert guidance on the North Texas real estate market. With a reputation for integrity and personalized service, Fireboss Realty makes your home journey stress-free and successful. Ready to make your move? Visit firebossrealty.com and let's ignite your real estate dreams.
Everyone deserves access to affordable health insurance, but with traditional insurance, costs can be high and getting coverage can be complicated. JP Direct Health is a simpler, more affordable way to get the health coverage you need. With plans for individuals, families, and small businesses, you can save money on monthly premiums without the need for physicals. At jpdirecthealth.com, we specialize in customizing coverage to fit almost every budget with affordable PPO plans and many other benefits. With over 100 5-star Google reviews, JP Direct Health is a trusted resource making health insurance affordable and accessible for everyone year-round. Affordable health insurance solutions are a proactive protection, not a reactive solution. Visit jpdirecthealth.com today and see how much you can save.
I'm always here to help. Thank you.
Are you or someone you know pregnant or planning to conceive? Caitlin Smith is both a certified childbirth doula and instructor offering childbirth classes to couples wanting an unmedicated, physiological birth outside of the hospital setting. Caitlin has served the local community since 2021 and specializes in working closely with midwives, all while best supporting a mother's physical body, her partner, and the birth environment. You can contact Caitlin through Instagram at thismamadoula or email her at caitlinsmithdoula@gmail.com to learn more about childbirth classes or her doula services.
Are you looking to buy a home? The process can be daunting, but it doesn't have to be. With the help of a qualified loan officer like Paul Fisher, you can get the financing you need and get into your dream home. Paul Fisher, a direct local lender with Certainty Home Lending, has many years of experience helping people buy homes. He's knowledgeable, experienced, and he'll work with you to find the best loan for your needs. Contact Paul Fisher today to get started on your home buying journey. He'll help you every step of the way, so you can relax and focus on finding your dream home. Visit www.loansbyfisher.com or call 817-308-7361 to schedule a consultation with Paul. MLS number 2018111.
Now back to the show.
Welcome back. Let's jump right in. And I want to start with Benjamin and Cyndi. Cyndi, we can actually start with you. I want to ask you just to share some stories from your personal and either professional journey, and how you're able to connect with the community and impact the community through what you're doing. I think that's really important. We talk about the community difference, right? We're not just about helping business leaders grow and develop. We want to integrate. We talked about the intersection of business development and community involvement, right? And so this segment really highlights that. So I'll start with you, and then I'll ask you the same question, Benjamin.
Well, first of all, sorry, I didn't know you wanted me to go first.
Sorry, it's okay.
One of the ways I connect with the community is being on the command team of the Collin County Veterans Coalition. There are a lot of veterans that go there. They are just there for fellowship, to hear some information about services and to hear about with their elected officials and so on. But a lot of them have a lot of needs. And I think one of my most poignant connections is helping them meet that need no matter what it is, like a tire place that gives a veteran discount, a handyman that gives a veteran discount, putting together a care plan for their loved one, and they're not my client. Just giving them what I see from the information they're given, how to make their life a little more easier and how they can take care of themselves and their loved one. I also have a huge history with the food banks of Texas. I was on the chair of Fort Bend Meals on Wheels in Sugar Land in Fort Bend County for 5 years, and meeting the needs of hungry families just is the best feeling in the world.
I can imagine.
Feeling in the world. And being able to help with the North Texas Food Bank by volunteering, dog food contributions, because those are desperately needed. We don't want loved ones and shut-ins to give up their pets because they can't feed them. That's the only companionship they have. And, it may not be a licensed service dog or an emotional support dog, but the dog is definitely working undercover as serving that purpose.
Absolutely.
And being in this play every year has just been delightful, because I come into a group of people that have the same passion for it as I do. So that in itself, having educated professionals and us coming together and doing this play and being able to have those proceeds and a large amount of money too. It's a very professional, well done play. And it's just nice knowing that when we stand there with that big check, it's going to be feeding families. And we're doing this also because they need a new building.
Yeah.
The building they're in is a little dilapidated, and we're trying to help them meet that goal.
Well, let me jump in with Benjamin here. Same thing to you, Benjamin. Share some things that your work has done, not only to influence your business, obviously, but more so the community that you're in.
No, I appreciate that. I think there are three areas that first come to mind. And the first I referenced a little bit earlier was soccer and coaching the soccer teams. If you look back maybe 6 years ago, my two oldest were just real young. And as most coaches end up, there was this, hey, we need a coach for your team, for this rec soccer team. Any parents want to volunteer? And at the time, I mistakenly raised my hand and said, sure, I'd love to do that. But one thing that I remember from very early on when I first started in as a financial advisor back in 2009, they said, find things that you just love to do. And when you love to do it, you're going to enjoy and embrace it more than just doing it for business purposes. 6 years later, now I've found myself with my 4 kids coaching 3 of their teams. We've all moved to competitive club and academy teams, and it develops a new sense of community because you end up seeing way more sides of the relationships than you normally would have with just friends or neighbors. And you also then see more of the cities and the surrounding cities. As I mentioned, you get to know some of the beautiful facilities that both the Plano community and the McKinney community build for that space of community. And then the other 2 are my church. I go to St. Peter's Episcopal, and for my family, embracing everything that the church does, both with its outreach and beyond, has really helped further and build the sense of community that we have. And even with our stewardship campaign this year, the theme is walk in love. And as many of us are believers, Jesus provided that representation of walking in love. And how do we embrace that as well in the community that we serve? And the last area is really built around just community itself. I was a fortunate participant with Leadership McKinney back in 2023. And you learn so much more about all of the different areas that you normally wouldn't have. I almost made it akin to being on a field trip once a month and learning about a new area, whether it was police and fire and community, whether it was education and the local schools, both elementary, middle school, high school, but also the Collin College, Technical College. So I think it's absolutely important that everyone understand, how do you get more involved in your community in ways that you're passionate about? And when you do that, everything else follows strongly with it.
Man, I couldn't agree more. And I would love to get into more detail with you guys. We had such a great topic segment. We had to cut this one a little bit short, but that's okay. Because when we come back, one of my favorite segments will end the show here with What's the Difference, where I ask a question that our audience does not know yet, and they'll give us the best answer, and then we'll wrap up the show. So stick around. We'll be right back on the Community Difference Plano.
And now a word from a few of our amazing sponsors that make the Difference Radio, live stream, and podcast network possible.
Total Care Emergency Room now has 9 locations in the DFW Metroplex. With no appointment needed, our incredible staff will get you checked in with no wait times. Our 5-star facility is open and fully staffed 24/7. We offer extensive treatment options for patients of all ages, providing on-site labs and imaging equipment, including CT, X-ray, and ultrasound, allowing us to provide fast, convenient care for our community. Total Care ER is your neighborhood emergency room. TotalCare.us.
Unwanted pests in your home can be stressful. From creepy crawlies to critters under the floorboards, they disrupt your peace of mind. But don't worry. All Pest Solutions is here to help. We offer a comprehensive range of safe and effective pest control solutions. We target all types of pests, big or small, including insects, rodents, and wildlife. All Pest Solutions, your local experts for a pest-free home. Breathe easy and enjoy your life again. Call today for a free quote. 972-442-1169 or email us at customerservice@allpestsolutions.com.
To belong is one of our most basic human needs. Best Buddies International is the world's largest organization dedicated to ending the social isolation of 200 million individuals who have intellectual and developmental disabilities. We focus on meaningful one-to-one friendships, integrated employment, leadership development, and inclusive living. You have the power to make an impact, create change, and champion our mission of inclusion today.
We are Cloud Staff, enabling remarkable growth for businesses everywhere with our pioneering enterprise-grade remote work solutions. We are on a mission to help business owners scale while reducing costs by matching you with an amazing staff, mobilizing your team, and helping manage business performance, making us the #1 workplace as remote work gets done. Connect with us to access the world's top talent and discover how we can enable remarkable growth for your business.
And now, back to the show.
And now it's time for What's the Difference?
What's the difference? Where I ask you a question, what's the difference between two things? And you guys give me about a 15, 20-second answer. We're going to try to get through 3. And these are great because we've actually touched on these in our topic segment, but I want to make sure that we really hit this home because these are very important. Okay. So again, 15, 20-second answer. Don't write it as a novel. We're going to just hit it quick and keep going. Okay. What's the difference between proactive problem solving and reactive problem management? Proactive problem solving and reactive problem management. Benjamin, I'll start with you.
I think it comes down to, are you responding with intentionality beforehand, that you've identified something and you're trying to be a person that solves it, versus has something already happened and now you're having to respond to it.
Okay, great. Traci?
Yeah, proactive. Definitely it's preparing. I'm all about the P's: proactive, preparing, preventing, and not being the fix it. Although that does come in and fix, but I think that kind of is a difference with that preparedness, that we're not just reacting to the problem already and
sure.
Action.
Cyndi?
Anticipating the problem ahead of time, knowing from some history or experience that there might be a problem in this area, and anticipating the problem, already have a solution for it.
I love that. Diane?
Yeah, I just think taking action, if you take care of the things that you're supposed to be doing, you already have crossed your T's and dotted your I's. And so it's taking action to prevent them. So you've already done the work. And of course, reactive is like, uh-oh, now what do I do?
Yeah, we want to minimize the reactive for sure. Here's the official Webster's answer. Proactive problem solving means anticipating challenges, like we said, taking action to prevent them before they occur, while reactive problem management involves addressing issues only after they have arisen. Proactive leaders build trust by demonstrating foresight and the capacity to avoid crises, whereas reactive leaders may come across as unprepared or inefficient in handling issues. Here's an example. In businesses, proactive problem solving is like setting up a contingency plan in the case of supplier delays, whereas reactive management would mean scrambling to find some solutions once the delay has already happened. Okay, let's get to one more here before we do our wrap up. And this is really good because we talked specifically about exemplary follow through, but we didn't define it very well. And I want to make sure we can do that here. What's the difference between exemplary follow through and basic follow up? Let's start with Traci.
Follow through, kind of where Diane went earlier. Mean what you say what you mean, and follow through with that. It's actually doing the things that you say you're going to do, not just listing them down of all the great things I can do, but you actually do them.
Diane, can you do better than that? Can you one up Traci?
Traci in friendly competition. I think it's all about consistently delivering on the promises that you made without having to be reminded. Instead of somebody calling you and say, hey, Diane, you were going to send me this. I don't ever want to get one of those calls. I don't ever want to get one of those calls. And, and the other basic is getting one of those calls, or just sending a crazy email to somebody and really not caring. You just kind of going through the motions.
Yeah. Cyndi.
For me, it's taking care of every detail, making sure that the person that I'm working with expectations are met in the detailed way that they wanted it met, and just checking with them. Are we good? Did that meet your expectation? Is there anything we need to clear up? Is there anything we need to follow through on? Is there anything we need to change? Just being in constant communication with them to make sure they are totally in agreement and comfortable with all the work done.
Love that. Love that. Benjamin.
I think it comes down to accountability also. Exemplary follow through. We all hope we're all perfect, but we're not. We are all fallible. We all make mistakes. I think that exemplary follow through is when you don't do what you say you're going to do, you follow up and you own it. And I think that's another element to that exemplary follow through is we can't ever expect to be perfect. Basic follow through, just you do what you're supposed to do, and if you don't even take accountability for it.
Yeah, everybody touched on part of the answer. Exemplary follow through is about consistently delivering on all commitments without needing reminders or exceeding expectations. Basic follow up might involve a standard email or check in, while exemplary follow through focuses on ensuring that every promise is fulfilled, leaving a lasting, and this is important, a lasting positive impression and building trust. Here's an example. Basic follow through might be a single email reminder after a meeting, whereas exemplary follow through means continuously ensuring that all actions and promises are met without needing prompts. It also includes checking in with the person down the line, reinforcing reliability, and deepening the relationship. I think we could have all written that based on everything that we said there. So that was fantastic. Well, guys, thank you so much. First of all, great topic. We'll conclude the topic next month, or should be next week, next Wednesday at 11:30. We will not have a show the week of Thanksgiving. We are going to be recording a special Thanksgiving show that will air that week, where we just talk about the things that are important to us. It's Diane's favorite holiday, so we can't wait to hear more from that. Also Benjamin. Okay, great. Maybe we'll let Benjamin come back in and talk about Thanksgiving. But thank you guys so much. If want to go around the horn here, give us about 30 seconds. What did you learn today? What was your favorite part of today? What are you going to take away? One of those things. I'll start with you, Benjamin.
Well, I'll start with saying thank you for inviting me to be on the show. It's invigorating. You come away with a show like this realizing, one, there are like-minded individuals that care about what they do. They care about those around them, their community, and they're trying to make a difference. So to me, that's the one, is you come away motivated and ready to go rock the world.
Cyndi?
Well, one of the things I took away from is that exemplary marketing and behavioral branding has everything to do with us and nothing to do with anyone else. And no matter how other people behave in a situation, you are obligated to walk in integrity no matter what.
I love that. That's a great synopsis. Diane, 30 seconds.
My biggest takeaway always here on the show is how easy it is to get involved in Plano, and that at the Community Difference, we are here to make the difference, and we want to be the 411, meaning the resource, the one-stop shop for everybody in the community to come and hear about how wonderful Plano is and how you can get involved and immerse yourself and really go out there and impact the community.
Traci.
I'm going to say my biggest takeaway was learning more about Benjamin on here and having those like-minded kind of core values and everything. And as a financial advisor, I think I need to chat with you after this. So, yeah.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Well, guys, thank you so much. We'll be back here next Wednesday, same time, 11:30. Come see us next Thursday, the 21st at Levin Warren, Texas, for the Business Development Alliance and Happy Hour. Until next week, you guys have a blessed week, and we'll see you then.
Thank you for watching today's show.
The Community Difference Plano was made possible by Nathan Smith with the Enfuego Group, Diane Cassel with Cassel to Cassel, connecting charities to fundraising solutions, Traci Duff with Assisted Living Locators, Jacqueline Kreider with PBJ Mortgage, Megan Schaffer with the Hive of the Happily Insured, Jeannie Smith with Guardian Mortgage, a division of Sunflower Bank, N.A., and by Audra Hooper with Alloy Personal Training at the Glen Eagles Plano and Castle Hills locations. The Community Difference Plano. Together, we can make the difference.